So you're welcome to Karma Studios. Today we had a wonderful person over here with me. We're about to have a great conversation. The name that I know is Flying Flags. We are going to ask more questions about him, and then he needs no introduction because he has been on your screens for, those on Facebook and on YouTube. You have come across maybe one or two of his videos. Yes, I will not do much of the talking. He's here right now. I go by the name Sticky the Superstar, and then he's here. Boss, welcome to Karma Studios.
Thank you very much.
It's been a pleasure to have you on my show.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Pleasure to be here.
Okay. So, your name? What I know is Flying Flags.
My original name is Dante Savior Tunasi. I'm a guy that live by tribe.
Okay.
So I come from the Greater Accra region.
Okay. So, your content is about traveling within Africa.
That's right.
Yes, we are going to talk about the number of countries you have been to.
Okay.
We have a question for you, like how many number of countries have you, been to?
I've been able to cover the Ghana inclusive because I thought the entire country. Ghana inclusive 28.
28 countries.
That's right.
With a motorbike.
Because
Wow.
I've done in total I've walked over 70,000 kilometers.
Wow, 72,000 kilometers.
Yes, across coast of villages, towns, cities.
Wow. And people will be asking, sometimes when I watch your videos on Facebook and on YouTube, most of the question that people ask is, which country within the 28 countries, which country has impressed you the most?
Yeah, the question is it's exclusive. So one country that's really impressed me the most was Namibia. Yeah, in the sense that Namibia is a very vast country.
Okay.
Quite sacred. If I say sacred, it means the way we talk about, say, forest destruction. You see the mountains and the deserts of Namibia, and you see they are untouched.
Okay.
Very sacred, and the population is very small for a huge country like Namibia.
Okay.
People are peaceful. People are welcoming. And I think my first time in Namibia, that's really impressed me. So yeah.
So Namibia will be
Really impressed me.
the country that has impressed you so far within the 28 countries that you've been to.
Yeah, so that's the topmost.
Okay.
So even if I'm counting from 5,
Okay.
it will be the number 1.
Okay.
Yeah. Another country that impressed me will be Lesotho.
Lesotho.
Lesotho is also a very peaceful country. It is the highest country in Africa, meaning the entire country is the altitude of the country above sea level is the highest in Africa. The entire country.
Okay.
Mountains, hills. The lowest point of Lesotho above sea level is at least 1,800. I think 1,800 meters or so, and that makes it even the lowest point of Lesotho is higher than the highest point in Ghana.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's quite impressive if you look at a country like Lesotho. In terms of the general reception of the people, Malawi also impressed me.
Okay.
If you talk about socio-economic development, South Africa really impressed me.
Okay.
Yeah, so those would be the few countries that impressed me.
Wow. So I think you said Namibia is the most country that has impressed you, but I think when you're about to mention top 5 favorite countries that you've been to, will Namibia also come top as your favorite country?
Top 5?
Yeah.
Namibia would not be my favorite country.
Okay.
My favorite country would be Malawi. Yeah, I'm a very calm person.
Okay.
I'm a very peaceful person. So getting to Malawi and seeing how peaceful and receptive the general population is, I would say Malawi.
You would go for Malawi.
Yeah.
But I think with some of the countries that you're mentioning to we that you have been in Ghana without maybe experiencing some of the countries that you've been to, you might hear the name maybe in bad way or in a situation that you may not think like this country, like the country that you just mentioned right now, Malawi. When you mention Malawi, a normal Ghanaian will say, "I don't know Malawi also. Malawi is a Ghana there."
You know, Ghanaians have a funny way of analyzing things. And it's not just Ghanaians, but we have a way of drawing conclusions without really knowing much about what is happening.
Okay.
We are a bunch of impulsive people, very emotional about situations. We don't really take our time to be rational and logical about things, so we just throw tantrum. We just throw our feelings just around. And it's okay, you know, sometimes we talk about our experiences across Africa, and Ghanaians feel so big.
Okay.
You know, thinking that, oh, you are just in West Africa. You are just within the confinement of the Ghanaian borders. Maybe not even gone 300 kilometers from where you are. But social media is a space of opinion. So when you mention, you share your experiences and Ghanaians come and they want to underestimate. Sometimes me, I just sit back and I think, some Ghanaians are just being impulsive.
Okay.
They really have no clue what is happening outside Ghana. They see few things on TV or social media and then they draw conclusions. For those of us who have been on the road and are having first-hand experiences with the people, we see things differently. We share things from experientially relevant point of view. We're not just being impulsive or being emotional. So I laugh at most Ghanaians on social media because they have no clue. They have no idea what is happening.
It's really, really true. Okay, so someone may ask, what really inspired you to start doing what you're doing right now? Because doing the motor vlogging solely is not an easy job.
Right. For the sake of your audience, I will share from the point of Pan-Africanism. Because myself, I'm a Pan-Africanist. I always say that it is not by mistake that God created me an African. It is not a mistake that God made me a Ghanaian. And so this continent is so beautiful, so that Western adventurers, Western explorers will come and explore the continent, and they found us doing nothing, and then they colonize us. Why not taking on an adventure to see the beautiful continent that God has blessed us with? For some of us, Africa is the only place we have. We don't have anywhere else to go outside the world. I also really have come to the realization that the rest of the world doesn't like us. The rest of the world, nobody do not like us. Nobody likes us. So what we have as Africans is each other. Let me experience Africa, let me travel Africa, let me love Africa, let me serve Africa. Let me see how best I can reconnect to Africans. Because we've been fighting for African unity and reading African history. I have a little bit of Rastafarian background. Reading African history and understanding what God has blessed us with. I feel like, well, this is hope. Let me experience hope. Let me explore hope. Let me serve hope. Let me love hope. Because it's a blessing to be an African.
It's very true.
So the inspiration came from a place of an Africanism. Knowing very well and accepting the reality that nobody outside Africa loves Africa. So I have to love the continent that God has blessed me with. So that was basically my motivation. And what started, why somebody might ask, people are going by airplane, why motorcycle? When I was doing my national service in northern Ghana, I got the opportunity to learn the bike on my own. So fast forward around 2021, I bought my first motorbike. I rode from northern Ghana to southern Ghana. That motivated me. and I used that same night to take on adventure from Ghana to Sierra Leone.
To Sierra Leone.
Yes, and
So the first country you traveled to with the motorbike is
Cote d'Ivoire.
Cote d'Ivoire.
First international border I crossed with the motorbike. Ivory Coast, that's Cote d'Ivoire.
Okay.
And from Cote d'Ivoire I went to Liberia.
Liberia.
From Liberia I stopped in Sierra Leone.
Oh,
I
okay.
stayed there in Sierra Leone for a whole year and then I came back to Ghana.
You stayed in Sierra Leone
Yes.
for a whole year.
Yes, yes.
Hey, then you might.
Because I love Africa.
Okay.
Yeah, so I enjoy, I enjoy being in Africa.
Wow.
I enjoy being all over the place.
Yeah.
So I stayed there, and then 2022 December I came back to Ghana for Christmas, and then I got prepared better to take on the entire continent.
Wow. 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 And 28 countries.
20 years.
That's really impressive.
Absolutely.
Wow. So with these 28 countries that you've been to,
Yeah.
Ghana, we have been complaining about bad roads. Which country among the 28 countries has the best route? Top 5.
I'll give it to Namibia, number 1.
Namibia.
Yeah.
They always come on top.
They are always on top for me. And then,
Okay.
And then I'll give it to South Africa at number 2.
Okay.
I would say that mainly the Southern African community, they do their road network or their road infrastructure is quite great. So Namibia, South Africa, Botswana, they have good roads.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Botswana.
Yeah, Botswana will be number 3 for me. So Namibia, South Africa are my top 2 when it comes to road. That is in Southern Africa.
Okay.
West Africa, top 2 will be Cote d'Ivoire and Senegal.
Cote d'Ivoire and Senegal.
Yes, top 2.
But these 2 countries that you mentioned in West Africa, it will be hard for a normal Ghanaian
Yes.
who have been in the country,
Yes.
who has not crossed borders to understand this. Because I feel like Senegal, Cote d'Ivoire,
Yeah, it's okay. That is the typical Ghanaian for you.
Wow.
They think Ghana is on top of the world.
Yeah.
Now there's something I call spotless. As I ride across Africa, there's something I call spotless 300.
Okay.
That is a road that is 300 kilometers, no potholes, or
Okay.
spotless. Which Ghanaian can tell me any road network in Ghana right now? That is, you can drive 300 kilometers straight, no pothole.
It will be difficult to get.
Even 100
It
kilometers,
will be very difficult.
even 100 spotless 100. If any Ghanaian is watching,
Yeah.
and travel in Ghana,
Yeah.
show me 100 kilometer stretch in this country that you can go without a pothole.
This is the challenge.
Yeah.
Those watching us.
Yeah,
And I don't think we will get such route.
No, it is not there.
Yes.
Me, I rode across all the 60 regions in this country.
Okay.
There is no single 100 kilometer stretch that there's no pothole.
Yeah.
Even Accra Tema motorway, we're supposed to be the most solid road in the country, has potholes.
Yes.
Accra to Aflau, pothole.
Accra to Kumasi.
Kumasi, pothole.
Pothole.
You show me any road, just 100 kilometers.
It will be difficult.
But if you go to Cote d'Ivoire, you can get spotless 300. You can get spot from Yamoussoukro Road to Abidjan. Yamoussoukro Road to Yamoussoukro is like Kumasi to Accra. You can drive on that road with no single pothole, and it is about 250 kilometers.
Wow.
I'm telling you, my brother.
It's not easy.
Yeah, and then from Abidjan to Danane, the city where you get closer to Liberia, you can drive from Abidjan to that city. You find a single pothole, and that is over 400 kilometers,
Wow.
close to 500 kilometers.
Without a single
Without a
pothole.
single pothole. So that is how you measure road infrastructure in terms of how good and great they are. Ghanaians will make noise, but you see, in West Africa, Nigeria and Ghana are sitting there making noise on social media. They don't hear anything about the francophone countries, but the francophone countries in West Africa are quietly doing well, especially Cote d'Ivoire and Senegal.
Wow.
They are building their roads. There are spotless 300s in Cote d'Ivoire and Senegal. No spotless 300 in Ghana.
No.
Spotless 300 in Nigeria. So what are you talking about? How can you say your roads are good?
So it's more like we make noise on social media, but on the real ground,
know nothing.
we are not performing.
You know nothing
Wow.
about what is happening in West Africa
Wow.
or Africa in general.
Wow.
It's all about maybe 30 December or year of return.
Yeah.
People are talking about coming to Ghana,
Yeah.
which is fine. Freedom, I'll give it to Ghana. For that one, peace, I'll give it to Ghana.
Okay.
Fine. But infrastructure-wise, we only make noise.
Yes.
Recently, when this young man, I should speak, was in Benin, they showed Benin. Most Ghanaians were shocked.
Yeah.
But when we were in Benin on our adventure, we were talking about Benin, and they think like we were joking.
Yeah.
Most of our friends in Ghana didn't want to believe that things we were showing about Benin. But when I should speak came and showed Benin,
Yeah. Everyone believed.
they were dumbfounded.
Wow.
You know, so I just feel like Ghanaians, they need to calm down. This country, our road infrastructure is very poor and terrible. Kumasi to Kumasi to Sunyani, even the road is not good.
It's not good. It's not. It's really, really bad.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sunyani.
Yeah.
Going from Sunyani to Kumasi is terrible.
Yeah. Very, very terrible.
So anybody sitting in Kumasi or Sunyani and telling me that Ghanaian roads are better than other West African roads, me, I'll laugh at you.
Yeah. Yeah. So we are still on a conversation with Flying Flags. He has been to 28 countries and he's sharing his experience on Karma Studios. So if someone is watching us and the person who also wants to embark maybe a journey from Ghana to maybe some of the West African countries, some of the neighboring countries with a motorbike, what are some of the documents that the person needs to prepare?
Yeah. So I've got it too. If they are doing on a motorbike, because I'm a motorcyclist, so
Okay.
yourself and then your motorbike. So for yourself, definitely you need your international passport.
Okay.
You need your yellow fever card. You need your Ghana card. You need some. It doesn't really count, but just keep it with you.
Okay.
Because sometimes when you're coming to Ghana, the Ghanaian officers will ask you. So far, only Ghanaian officers ask me to produce my Ghana card,
Okay.
but no other person asked me. Anyways, that's for the bike.
That's for
Sorry, for you,
yourself.
for yourself. Now for the bike, okay, you yourself too. You need your driver's license.
Okay.
You need your international driver's license.
Okay. So the driver's license we have two.
The local driver's license
Okay.
and the international driver's license. I wish I had mine here so I could show the audience. But I don't have them here. Then for your bike, you need, if as a Ghanaian, you need the DVLA registration document. So the document that when you bought the bike, the dealer will give you some documents as your own.
Okay.
Then from there you go to DVLA to show register the motorbike.
Okay.
DVLA will also give you, DVLA basically means driver and vehicle licensing authority. They give you your document to register the bike. You keep that. So basically you have the customs document for the bike. That will be given to you by the seller.
Yeah.
The DVLA will give you the registration document. They will also give you, buy international vehicle license.
Okay.
For your motorbike.
For the motorbike.
Yeah, so that's about 3, right? Basically that's it for the bike.
For the bike.
Yeah.
So you have to submit 2 documents for the bike and for yourself.
Yes.
Wow.
You carry a document for yourself, a document for the bike as well.
Okay. That's really good. So I think this question will be one of the most wanted questions you'll be asking under the comment section. And then crossing from Africa, maybe doing vlogging or maybe the content that you're creating. Moving from Ghana to some of the African countries, I've had my own share.
Right.
From Ghana to Burkina Faso, from Ghana to Cote d'Ivoire.
Right.
Very, very difficult. Which African country that you say that, okay, it's about the region, it stress me a lot, because I know moving from Africa, if you are in Africa and you're trying to move from one country to another, very, very difficult.
Yes.
And which country will you say that, okay, when I was passing through, I passed through a lot of stress before maybe crossing the borders?
Number 1, Senegal.
Senegal.
to Togo.
Our
West Africa, yes.
Wow.
Our own Togo.
our own Togo.
Yes. Those are the two borders that I was really stressed. Now let me tell you a story why I put Senegal at number one. I was traveling from Senegal, from the Gambia into Senegal. And under normal circumstances with an ECOWAS passport, the officers are supposed to let me in without charging.
Okay.
But you know, our West African officers have this habit of saying when they stamp your passport, you pay them for the stamp.
For the stamp day.
They put in. In fact,
Wow.
literally an officer told me at the Liberian border that I should pay for the stamp. But anyway, we're not talking about Liberia, we're talking about Senegal.
Okay.
So I told the officer that I don't have, he's charging me 5,000 CFA,
5,000
which is
CFA.
like 100 cedis
Yeah.
for myself and 5,000 for the bike.
So it will be like 10,000.
So like 10,000 CFA, which is like 200 cedis.
200 cities.
The question is not about whether I have the money to pay or not. The question is about why. So I asked the officer why. Because he stamped my passport. The document of my bike, which Senegal had already given me upon entry, is with me. So I showed him all the documents to show that Senegal has allowed my bike to be in the country legally. They stamped me in. So why are you charging me money? And he told me I should stop asking questions and pay for
And pay for the money.
or no pay, I should just go out of that small office or room. So I went out and I sat down. Later he called me that okay, I should pay 5,000 for me and the bike
So reduction.
reduction. If that was a legal charge, there would not be any negotiation.
No.
Because then I paid and you give me receipt.
Yeah.
Because when I paid first, I got a receipt like that. We call it laissez-passer.
Okay.
Or temporary import permit for the bike. I have it, so I showed it to him. It's not like they're giving me a different document,
No.
but this one you're charging me an illegal money. So I told him I don't have 5,000, but just to act like I'm also doing him a favor, I told him I have 2,000 CFA, and he said I should get out. I said okay, you give me my document, and I'll go back to the Gambia. The officer literally gave me my document to go back to the Gambia,
Wow.
but he did not let me proceed.
Just because of the.
Just because of 5,000 CFA, which is illegally charging me that money. And to stand for the truth and for what is right. He thought maybe I would be desperate to beg him and pay the
And then pay
5,000.
for the 5,000.
He was watching me and I turned my bike around and I went back to Gambia.
Wow.
And I went to a different border to cross.
That is so embarrassing.
Very, 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 very frustrating. He stood at the border watching me. He thought maybe I'll come and beg. In my heart, I told him, look, me, I'll not beg you. I'll go back. I'm not in a hurry.
No.
I'm an adventurer. This is part of the adventure. This money, and honestly speaking, the only money I had on me at the border was 2,000 CFA.
Okay.
Because I was hoping to get to the biggest town and use my ATM to withdraw money. So I told him, I explained all of that to him, but he said no. And I said, okay, I'm tired. I want to rest. I cannot stay here at the border and you are keeping me. You don't want me to go because of 5,000 CFA. Give my documents and let me go back. So I went back.